Hey guys, Gavin back here. Thank you so much for joining us for our second night of the Summer Youth Series. Tonight's lesson comes from Brother Chris Robison. He's the youth minister at Mount Pleasant Church of Christ, and he's going to be delivering us a message from a jail cell in Allen County. Be sure to stay tuned for some more announcements after the lesson.
Think about this for a minute. You might look at my condition, beaten up, locked up, and you may think that I'm in a pretty bad spot because I'm going through this storm. But let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you who I used to be. You see, now I'm the man in prison for believing in God, for preaching the gospel. The man that I used to be was the person who did this to others, who lived without hope. You see, you got to understand that of all the people who have ever lived on the face of this earth, no one has done worse things than I have. No one. No one. But Jesus found me. And now that I'm here, I realize that it could be worse. I would rather be here than be out there as the man I used to be. When I think about what the Lord has done for me and forgiving me of the things that I've done, I'm reminded of what it says in the Old Testament about that in the book of Lamentations. Steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is his faithfulness. And when I think about that, even though I'm in this place, it makes me want to sing. In fact, I think tonight I'm going to sing with all my heart to the Lord. Because in spite of all this, I'm happy in my heart, knowing that I'm not what I used to be. Number one, every storm will pass. Every storm. If we are faithful to the Lord, He'll be faithful to us to keep His promises and rid us of storms forever. Number two, each time a storm comes our way, especially for doing what is right, we have an opportunity to truly walk in the footsteps of Jesus. Number three, no matter how bad a storm gets, especially for doing the right thing, it's still a whole lot better than our other condition, doomed for eternity. To be judged in such a way where the storm comes and then never ends. But there's this fourth thing. And this fourth thing is going to happen here in just a little while. See, I told you I was going to sing, and I'm going to sing. And we don't know it yet, but tonight, there's going to be an earthquake here. And when that earthquake comes, the doors of these cells will open, and we'd have the opportunity to, if we want, to walk right out of them. But we're not. We're going to stay put, because even in the middle of this storm, I think we have a chance to save the jailer out there. You see, how we behave when a storm comes is an opportunity to show the world who we are and hopefully win hearts for God. Jesus said in that same Sermon on the Mount, just a few verses later in Matthew chapter 5, "Let your light so shine that when others see your good works, they glorify God." And what a powerful message it sends. That even when things aren't going well for us, we can still do right and help others. Think about Jesus himself. On the night that he was betrayed in the garden, he stopped to heal the servant of the high priest, Malchus. He healed his ear. He put his ear back on his head. He didn't have to do that. But even in Jesus' storm, he saw an opportunity. And then later, after he is beaten and scourged and had that crown of thorns placed on his head, and they've driven the nails through his hands and feet. What kind of storm is that? For doing nothing. He didn't do anything worthy of that. Even in that moment, he cared for people, saying, "Lord, forgive them, for they know not what they do." How powerful of example is that? If in the middle of our storms, we can remember to love and care for others. And there it is again. Just like before, we have an opportunity to walk in the footsteps of Jesus in an incredible way, a way that's different than when a storm is not happening. I hope you remember these 4 things. 1, that storms will end. 2, that each time a storm comes, there's an opportunity to walk in the footsteps of Jesus because he suffered for doing right too. 3, that even the worst of our storms as a Christian is a whole lot better than being outside of the body of Christ and not having forgiveness for the things that we've done. And number 4, to remember that even when times get tough, we can still be soldiers for Christ and represent him in an incredible way in helping others. I hope you have a blessed week. I'm going to sing a song now and wait for that earthquake. Oh, and by the way, if you want to read the rest of what happens, go to Acts chapter 16 and see if I'm effective with that jailer out there. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore I will hope in him.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching tonight's episode of the Summer Youth Series. Be sure and like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube and keep updated with us on all social media to see any more announcements that we have. I'll see you guys next week.